gossip and entertainment only. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, Sharona here. So Sydney Sweeney, the actress Sydney Sweeney, she just came out with a commercial for American Eagles talking about jeans. Now let's take a quick look at the commercial, then we'll come back and chat.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
So you saw that advertisement there, right? With Sydney Sweeney. Now, I'm going to speak to you the way I would want someone to speak to me so I can get a clear understanding of what is going on. Now, I saw this commercial and I thought nothing. I was like, oh, Sydney Sweeney in a jeans commercial, American Eagle. I don't wear the brand, but yes, that's it. And then I was watching on YouTube, and it was, I think, Piers Morgan. And I saw the headline that Sydney Sweeney backlash for the ad. I'm like, what the frick are they talking about? So I listened to the Piers Morgan show, and I could not believe it. Of course, you're going to have both sides to the story. So the lady who started it first, I don't remember her name, nothing like that. But she went into basically this fascist thing of blonde hair, blue eyes, Hitler and Nazi, and that's what they're doing. And I'm like, I was taken aback because watching the commercial, never ever did that cross my mind. And to see that it's such a major trending topic on social media that Piers Morgan, even Megyn Kelly, let's take a look at what Megyn Kelly had to say.
We're sick and fucking tired of the nonsense where you are not allowed to ever celebrate someone who is white and blonde and blue-eyed. That we have to walk into a room apologetic for those things, or we have for the past 5 years. And in a way, this ad is the final declaration that we're done doing that shit. It doesn't mean we're better, but you know what? We're no worse than any other race or any other hair color or eye color. And we're fucking sick of being told that we are by having all of our representation, to use the left's terms, removed from television shows and movies and historical plot lines that involve people who do look like us, but suddenly we've been deemed too offensive to remain white, like Anne Boleyn, who needed to be changed into a black woman in order to appeal to people's cultural sensitivities. Or, stupid stuff like, they had to change Hermione Granger in the play version of Harry Potter into a black girl because something's offensive, I guess, about the redheaded white girl. We're done with that bullshit.
No, like I said, for me, it was just a commercial. I didn't see anything, race bait or anything like that. So I'm surprised that it's going there, and to hear Megyn Kelly say stuff like that. And I can say I agree with her in the sense that I've noticed with television now, every show that you watch, if you don't have your token black or your token Indian, I see a lot of Indian people now, it's like it's going to be a problem. Same with the gay characters. If you're watching a show and there's not gay representation, then oh my god, that show is no good. They're sexist or they're homophobic because they don't want to have a gay character. And I'm like, no, not everything has to incorporate everyone, because if we want to represent the real world is not like that. Not every friend group has gay people in there. Not every friend group has white people in there. Not every friend group have, black people, Spanish people, Indian people. But I've noticed now when it comes to TV programming, it's like you're trying to push all of that into the programs. And that I do agree with when she's saying stuff like that, like Anne Boleyn. Now, I think Anne Boleyn, isn't she a white woman? Because all the actresses that I've seen play her is white. They're white women. And I think she's talking about, what's her name? Jodie Sweetie? Yeah, I think it's Jodie Sweetie, when she did the series and she played Anne Boleyn. So it's like, why do you have to put a different color? Why not create a character or something to that effect? And I get it with these characters, they're well known already, so it's like, hey, we don't want to add a new character because then people won't recognize. Just like the thing that she was saying with Harry Potter. If that's a white person with red hair, just keep it that way. You don't have to put a black person, an Indian person, just to say we're representing everyone. Again, do a character for that black person or Indian person, Spanish, whatever. And just like with the Little Mermaid, it's not the same. The Little Mermaid, that's animated, so it's not a real person. So any color could play her, with Halle Bailey when they were carrying on. So to me, I didn't have a problem with any of stuff like that. But if you're going to represent historical people or people who are real and they are white, or if the movie came out with this white person playing this character and that's who the person is with the books or this or that, then keep it that way. It's the same like with James Bond. Everybody's like, Idris Elba, Damson Idris, da. And me personally, being a black woman, a Jamaican woman, I'm like, keep James Bond the way he is. Blonde or dark hair, because they had blonde, dark hair, and he has to be English. I don't want any Australian or anybody like that. He has to be English, or where was it? Was it Welsh? Because I know either Sean Connery or one of them. Yes, so British and white. Blonde hair, blue eyes, or dark hair, blue eyes, dark hair, brown eyes. Just keep James Bond the way we know James Bond to be. You don't have to put a black one, an Indian one, a Spanish one. Leave James Bond the way. Because I think they even went to Henry Golden for an Asian James Bond, and he's like, no, he's gonna turn it down because James Bond is already established. Why would I want, you know what I'm saying? So Megan Kelly, I don't listen to her because me personally, the way she speaks from coming from me, it sounds like she might be racist, or even if she's not racist, she's proud white, which you can be proud white. It's just that in America, you have to know how to navigate your pro-whiteness, because then to others it might look like you're racist, if you get what I'm saying. But so let's get back to the Sydney Sweeney commercial. Now we're gonna look at some of these TikTokers or other bloggers who, or just people in general who wants to give their opinion on it, and then we'll take a look and then we'll come back.
If anyone from American Eagle who was involved in the creation of Sydney Sweeney's most recent advertisement booked into my Pilates class, I would give them the hardest exercise class that I was capable of doing on the lightest possible spring load with 0 breath cues. And I would make it the toughest exercise class that they'd ever experienced in their lives.
No, I'm confused with her. What is she saying? That if you look like Sydney Sweeney or those involved in the advertisement for American Eagle, if they come to her Pilates class, she's going to make it more challenging, more difficult for them? For what? What exactly did they do? It's a commercial. Now, I don't know what the mindset is. People were like, the CEO, he's a Trump supporter, and Sydney Sweeney allegedly is a Republican. So, he's it's underlying, racism or fascism, that kind of blonde hair, blue eye, Hitler, Nazi Germany kind of look. That's what they wanna put out there, that this is what America needs. They need to be all white, blonde hair, blue eyes. So anybody with a darker color hair or darker eyes, they're not beautiful, because we want America just to be like the Nazis would say, blonde hair, blue eyes. And Sydney Sweeney, she's not even a blonde. She's not a real blonde. The only thing I would say about Sydney Sweeney is that she's not a good actress. I'm sorry, I said it. Beautiful girl, body, everything, but just her acting to me, it's no, she's not a good actress. But if she can sell, because they're even saying that with all this going on, American Idol, their stocks or their sales have risen, I think they said by 10% because of all this, because of people reading into it. Now, like I said, if there was an agenda behind it, then guess what? You accomplished it because you're selling, people are talking. But for me, the common person watching it, that never came across my mind that it had anything to do with make America white, blonde hair, blue eyes again. Never. To me, it was just a commercial. So we're going to look at another response. Take a look at this.
A company that sells jeans playing on genetic genes versus denim jeans is not weird. A company using a conventionally attractive woman with blonde hair and blue eyes in their marketing is not weird. Versions of that have been done before and will be done again. But a company whose name is American Eagle and is owned by a Trump supporter creating a marketing campaign centered around genetics using a blonde hair, blue-eyed white woman with her own Trump supporting allegations, whose attractiveness the alt-right had already latched onto well before this, to the extent that they are saying the quiet parts out loud. We are so back. White women are so back. It's unclear where they ever went. And then to run these ads where the tagline is
Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
at the same time that eugenics, fascism, pronatalism, make America hot again, and neo-Nazism are on the rise. All of those things happening at the same time. That's what makes this marketing campaign weird.
So she's for the conspiracy. She's for they did it because they want to make America great again, white again, blonde hair, blue eyes again. So, as I said, everyone is entitled to their opinion. But with, again, I'm just putting myself out there. I was just a loyal watcher watching my shows. The ad came out and I didn't see anything wrong with it. But now, you're in a situation where you're looking and you're like, could it be? Could it be that's what they were going for? What's going on? But oh my gosh, we can't give in to everything in social media and what people might have us think or forcing stuff in our faces. But to hear white women, especially like Megyn Kelly, now complaining like what we and when people of color have been saying the same thing, like we feel like we've been picked on, we've been singled out, we've been discriminated against more than any other races, stuff like that. And to hear white women are complaining that, come on, we're white and so what if we're blonde hair, blue eyes, and you're showing it? What's the big deal? It's like, how the tables have turned in some aspects, but still, my lord. So let's listen to someone else. Now this is a girl, she's making fun of the commercial, and even Doja Cat, she even came on with her little entertainment to it. So take a look.
My genes are superior, and by that, I mean white with blonde hair. Don't check my roots. MAGA stands for my ass looks great in American Eagle. Oh, sorry, I just took a huge shit. These are quality jeans, so 78% polyester and 100% German descent. It's an American staple, and by that, I mean the white part.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Now here's a comment from a Michael Spencer that, something is behind the commercial, and he says, or she, I worked at American Eagle when I was a teenager, and it's always been a diverse brand. Trump comes into office and DEI gets cut by businesses and they start making these racist ads. The country is going backwards like Kamala Kamala, sorry, warned us it would if he were elected. Again, like I said, I only saw a commercial. I did not see any underlining of whatever propaganda they wanted to put out there. But that's the thing with social media. Everyone has their opinion, but then when you listen to both sides, you can see and kind of feel what if. But then for me, it's like I don't want to go there, because America is such a melting pot of all nationalities that it's just sad. It is sad now that it is so out there. It's always been there, but now people are more bolden to come out and say it, do it, show it. And it's not good. It's not a good look for a country so diverse. And there's no other place for us to go, because I'm definitely not going back to Africa. I might go to Jamaica to visit, but no, if they brought the slave ship back, no, I would not be going on that to go to Africa, because I don't know Africa like that, right? It's just sad. It's sad. And I know, like, America, Canada, England, I would say those are diverse countries when it comes to different races, right? And nationalities. It's not like if you go to Russia, it's predominantly white, Jamaica predominantly black, China predominantly Asian. So you have those countries that are predominant, and you can see people who are not from the country stick out, right? But here in America, England, Canada, everywhere you go, unless it's a neighborhood where no one wants to be diverse, or people just feel like they wouldn't be welcome in such neighborhood. But yeah, with America, Canada, and England, I don't know which other country you would say diverse as in mean you see a lot of nationalities there. But yeah, it is sad for this one commercial campaign advertisement to go. So of course, American Eagle, they had to address it, and this is what they came out with. So before we get to American Eagle's response, this says Sydney Sweeney is facing backlash over her American Eagle campaign because many believe the slogan, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, play on the word jeans, to subtly promote whiteness and idolize beauty. Critics say the ad's focus on her blonde hair and blue eyes paired with genetic language echoes eugenics style messaging. Others call the visuals overly sexualized and toned deaf. I get, the overly sexualized, because it's like she's flirting, right? She's telling you go get a pair of jeans, or, I'm sure some people say, oh, she's saying to get into her jeans, things like that. But yeah, so that's what, like I said earlier, Nazi blonde hair, blue eyes. Anyways, let's take a look at what American Eagle had to say. To whom it may concern, we sincerely apologize for featuring Sydney Sweeney in our recent advertisement. In hindsight, we understand the combined impact of her blue eyes, blonde hair, and general hotness. Also, we did not realize how big her boobs would be. Our marketing team has been sent to denim sensitivity training. Thank you for your feedback. Please stop emailing us. We're still trying to recover from the group chat fallout, American Eagle. So, they're making fun of it because, like I said, people are saying it's too sexualized. So, of course, they're like her breasts. Then with the Nazi thing, they didn't know the blonde hair, blue eyes would trigger. So, they're not apologizing. And like I said, their stocks went up, their sales went up. It is doing something. So, bringing all this attention only benefited them. So why would they apologize, even if they had intention of it being seen that way, which is a Nazi way, and not just like a regular commercial the way I saw it? They're still winning. So there's nothing we can do. People are gonna like what they like, buy what they want to buy, hear what they want to hear. It's just sad that, we're at this point in America, this melting pot, diverse country where, people can't get along. And it's been like that for years. I'm sorry. That's what it is. Anyway, so I'm going to close it out with this one last person. They even brought poor Beyonce into it. So we're going to show you with Beyonce. We're going to close it out with a gentleman who I agree with what he says, and then you can give me your thoughts. So this is what Danielle de Souza Grill had to say in terms to Beyonce and Sydney. She says, when Beyonce's Levi jeans ad was released, the left praised her as stylish and empowering woman. When Sydney Sweeney's American Eagle jeans ad was released, the left called her a Nazi. Modern feminism isn't about empowering women, it's about controlling them. So when Beyonce does it, it's stylish, empowering, but when Sydney does it because she's blonde hair, blue eye, then it's a racist thing, right? So yeah, let's close it out with this gentleman. Please like, share, subscribe, make your comments, tell us your thoughts. Thank you for watching and listening.
Sometimes y'all can be a little too much. So you mean to tell me a smoke show of a blonde with blue eyes and modeling denim in a jeans ad triggered that whole fucking side because someone at American Eagle had the fucking balls, the guts, and the pure red blood marketing genius to use a cheeky ass double entendre? Sydney Sweeney's got great jeans. Not she's flashing nudes or she's spreading cheeks. Not she's handing out hand jobs in the fucking dressing room. No, y'all are spiraling over a fucking pun. A clever, clean, PG rated pun. Meanwhile, Joe's Crab Shack and all the other companies that have used double entendres in the past, Got Crabs, remember that shit? Nobody said shit. Ran a national ad campaign with the words Got Crabs. Plastered that shit across shirts, napkins, like they were slinging STDs with a side of fucking fries. No outrage, just vibes and hush puppies. Y'all are mad again? The fuck is it this time? Screaming racism, fascism. Here the fuck we go. IHOP fake changed their name to IHOP for burgers. Everybody LOL'd. But American Eagle, someone uses clever wordplay and now everyone's clutching their pearls like it's the fucking apocalypse. But let's be honest here. It's not the pun. It's the fact that it says American. American Eagle. That's what really burns your kale chips, huh? If it was some woke ass parrot company, y'all be throwing fucking confetti and writing think pieces about body positivity. But no, a gorgeous woman with an ass that could sell out Levi's and a little bit of patriotic branding. That's where you draw the line. Y'all need to sit down and have a fucking snack. Maybe a fucking nap. Because if that line, Sydney Sweeney's got great jeans, breaks you, you weren't built for this fucking country anyway. So God bless tight jeans. And God bless the ad exec who greenlit that shit. You, sir, or ma'am, deserve a fucking raise. Y'all need to take it easy.